Success for me is not about titles. I'm a leader, yes, but I'm also a mother, a wife, a sister, and a co manager. If I succeed in business but fail at home, actually, that is not success for me. If I learn well but lose my peace, that is not also success. Real success is when the people around you feel secure because of you. It's when your children or child feel guided, your spouse feels supported, your team feels protected, and your company stands strong even during difficult seasons. So society measures success by how high you climb. Actually, to be honest, I measure success by how many people are stable because I stood firm. As a mother, I've learned that mistakes are part of growth. As a leader, I've learned that mistakes are expensive. So I tried to learn quickly. There were seasons when decisions didn't go as planned, like projects failed, people disappointed me, I disappointed myself. But, every setback forced me to ask, what is this teaching me? Sometimes it taught me to choose people more wisely, or sometimes it taught me to slow down, or even taught me to be braver. Challenges refine you. They remove ego, they build judgment. So I tell my children or my child the same thing I will tell my team. We don't waste pain, we use it. As a woman, especially in leadership, you will be labeled like you're too strong, too emotional, too strict, too ambitious. At some point, I realized if you listen to every opinion, you will lose your direction. Now I ask myself, is this criticism helping me grow, or is it just noise? If it helps me improve, I accept it. If it's noise, I move forward. Actually, as a wife and sister, I've learned that relationships matter. But as a leader, I've also learned that clarity matters more than comfort. You can be kind without being weak. You can be firm without being harsh. And most of the time, consistency earns respect. At home, my child don't need a perfect mother. He needs a present one. At work, my team doesn't need a perfect president. They need a steady one. Strength for me means making hard decisions even when they're uncomfortable. Vulnerability means admitting when I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to know everything. I ask, I listen, I learn. Being strong doesn't mean that you never bend. It means you don't break your values. And being vulnerable does not mean you are weak. It means you are human. I had to unlearn the belief that I had to prove myself every single day. For a long time, I felt I had to work harder, speak smarter, and prepare longer just to be taken seriously. But growth came when I realized I am not here to prove I belong. I am here to build. Once I stopped trying to overprove, I led more confidently. I trusted my experience. I trusted my instincts. I trusted the discipline that shaped me. And I also unlearned the idea that being liked is the goal. At home, I am not always the favorite parent. At work, I am not always the favorite leader. But if I am fair, principled, and consistent, that is enough. At the end of the day, leadership is not about power. It is about responsibility. Whether you are a manager, a team member, a parent, or a sibling, you are leading someone. And leadership is simple. Protect what matters. Build what lasts. Stand firm when it's hard. Stay humble when it's working. Because that is success.